Hi everyone, starting Module 3, this is Chapter 9, Creating and Maintaining High Performance Organizations. So what is a high performance work system? It makes full use of the resources and opportunities to achieve the organization's goals. We want to run it at an optimum, and this is basically how we try to do it. Each element of the system must fit well with the others to smoothly function in smoothly functioning the whole. So in high performance work system, all the elements, people, technology, and organizational structure work together for success. They're at a premium. So what are the elements of a high performance work system? You can see there: organizational structure, our group task design, our people, our reward system, our information, as well as the goals and the performance, all come together to make this high performance work system. Okay, so what element of a high performance work system do you feel would be most important? Organizational structure, task design, people, reward systems, information systems? We've got 5 to choose from this time. Usually we only get 4. The answers will vary, but depending on any organization, it could be different even at a different time. So, maybe this year getting the people in place is the most important, but now we've got our information set up properly. So that could be a more important element. So what are the outcomes of high performance work systems? Well, high productivity and efficiency, no downtime, or at least the least amount of downtime we can have. Higher profits, always want more money. High product quality, great customer satisfaction, and low employee turnover. So there's just a little graphic that's in your book that shows you the outcomes of a high performance work system. Conditions that contribute to high performance: teams perform the work. They generally we've talked about teamwork before and how they're usually a little more efficient. Employees' participation in the selection: you get more buy-in from employees when they're asked to participate. Employees receive formal performance feedback and are involved in the performance improvement process. There's ongoing training, which is emphasized and rewarded. Employees' rewards and compensation relate to the company's financial performance. Equipment, work processes, and technology encourage maximum flexibility and interaction among employees. The employees participate in planning the changes in equipment, layout, and work methods. Who knows better than the employees that are there on the job every day what would be the best layout for equipment? A work design allows employees to use a variety of skills. Employees understand how their jobs contribute to the finished product or service, whichever it may be. And ethical behavior is encouraged. Okay, so we need teamwork and empowerment. Design work so it's performed by teams. Managers coordinate the roles and provide resources. Knowledge sharing: a learning organization supports lifelong learning by enabling employees to acquire, share knowledge. Every company I've ever worked in, people were constantly going for different seminars and training programs because it makes the job more interesting and it makes it more efficient. They engage in continuous learning. Knowledge is shared among employees. We've talked about the term before: train the trainer. We send one person out to take the webinar and come back and teach it to our other employees, and thereby sharing the information they learned. Critical systematic thinking is widespread, has a learning culture in which learning is rewarded and the employees are valued. If we don't value our employees, they won't value us. So job satisfaction and employee engagement. Engagement is the degree to which the employees are fully involved in work and strength of commitment to the company. We want an engaged employee because they care more. Brand alignment: ensuring that HR policies, practices, and programs support or are congruent with our brand. Passionate workers are fully engaged. company becomes part of their sense of who they are. HR has a significant role in creating these conditions. Okay, so ethics. Ethical systems include a written code of ethics. Most jobs will give you an employee manual that will have their code of ethics in it. Reinforcement of ethical behavior, reward it, and punish unethical behavior. Be consistent. Performance measures, including ethical standards. The channels for employees to seek help, part of that organizational chart, knowing who to talk to about what. And training in ethical decision making. Okay, Cameron has worked for the same company for 3 years and is passionate about his work. He has not missed a day in years and has several close friends who he enjoys working with. So what statement best describes Cameron? He's experiencing normal job satisfaction. He is empowered. He has high ethics. He is experiencing occupational intimacy. What do you think? Well, the answer is experiencing occupational intimacy. Some companies are moving beyond concern with the mere satisfaction or trying to foster employees that are passionate about their work. And what would be better? You know, if they love their job. There's a saying that if you find a job that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's true. I think so. Okay, so what are HR contributions to high performance? Well, we've talked about job design before, recruitment and selection, training, performance management, compensation. And those all fall under our umbrella and are very important to the system. Okay, just a little quote there. You want a leader who understands the value the HR process brings to the driving strategy. Each strategic decision, issue, or initiative a business leader faces comes down to people. Okay, there's a little table in the book. HRM practices that can help organization achieve high performance. We pretty much covered them, but you can go through and read it. Guidelines for performance management systems. You want to define and measure performance in precise terms. Link performance measures to meet the customer's needs. Measure and correct for the effect of situational constraints. Maybe there's an instance in which we can't do something, we have to make allocations for that. So our applications are transaction processing, computations and calculations used to review the current HRM decisions and practices. Decision support system designed to help managers solve problems, like what if feature. Expert systems incorporate the decision of the rules of people deemed to have expertise in a certain area. So our information systems may be relatable databases. We've talked about databases before and how Banner is an example of a database because it logs all your information and records for a student table. It records all of my information from a faculty table. All the classes are in there from a class table, and they all come together to make your schedule. So that's a relational database. You can store data in separate files, but linked by common elements. The common element there would be your student ID number would be on all those cases, except for my, it would be under your student information, and your class schedule would draw together, linked by your student ID number. You can track employee benefit costs, training, and compensation. The HR dashboard display HR-related indicators showing goals and objectives, and you can show the progress towards meeting those goals. It's always nice to see that, hey, we're really working on that goal. We're making great improvement. It helps again with employee buy-in. So HR Management Online improves HR effectiveness. Speed requirements force HRM to leverage technology. Cloud computing, we always hear about the cloud, enables access to information delivered on demand from any device 24/7. So social media, many companies use social media applications as part of their EHRM strategies to communicate, coach, and to train. Even like a thought for a day, some companies will send out, some inspirational quote. Alright, so the customer oriented perspective of HRM. You can look through this graphic that's in the book, who are our customers and so on. Human resource management audits. An HRM audit is a formal review of the outcomes of HRM functions, which of course we've talked all semester long about how when you get to the end you always have to evaluate, because if our process that we're doing is not helping us achieve our goals or saving us money, then why are we doing it? Based on identifying key HRM functions and key measures of business performance and customer satisfaction, we look at staffing, compensation, training, appraisal, and development, their overall effectiveness, compliance with equal opportunity laws, succession planning, which we've talked about, maintaining a safe work environment, and positive labor relations. Okay, so analyzing the effect, HR analytics. We've talked briefly about analytics before, but it's a systematic use of values or quantitative measures for our success. So it's measuring the program's success in terms of whether it achieved objectives, delivered value in an economic sense. The economic approach measures dollar value of a program's costs and benefits. Organizational network analysis measures who is communicating with whom and how often. And I think that's the end of the chapter. On to the next.